This LEGO set was sold as Ninjago, but there's a problem. It's actually Marvel. Hey, how you doing? My name is Ryan, and today I'm uncovering another secret LEGO Marvel set. An MCU-inspired build that is hiding in plain sight. So this is the Hydro Bounty, a pretty neat underwater Ninjago ship. But that's not what these pieces are for, because to me, I see this as a set from Avengers Endgame. Now, I've done a couple of these secret Marvel builds before, but this time's a bit different because I only have 1 hour. Why? Because that's how long my kid naps for. So let's see how much I can get done transforming this Ninjago set into a Marvel one. Let's put on my thinking cap and get to work. So I think this ship, given these curved blue pieces and all the white angled parts here, I think this could work as the Avengers Endgame tempad within the Avengers compound. So I think if we start off just by carefully disassembling the entire set, which is a bit of a shame because it does look rather nice, but that's the game with these secret sets. You gotta break it apart before you build something new. So just take off all this stuff, pull this back off. I'm gonna keep these big white triangular pieces kind of the side because I think they're gonna be pretty integral in this set. I think I'm trying to keep as much of it intact as possible for stability purposes. So a lot of these larger white pieces here, I think that's perfect for the stairwell that goes up to the tempad. So again, holding on to those. So I think if I use these curved pieces to make the stairwell, and then I make a little tempad out of these white bricks, possibly some of these tan ones down here, then I can build the tower in the middle and put these clear pieces as sort of that weird geometric glass shape that's hanging above the tempad. The time travel portal, if you will, in Endgame. So I start separating the parts out. These are bigger than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be smaller ones, and there are a couple small ones, but not a ton. A bit more careful here. I'm not sure what percentages of the pieces I'm going to use in this build. I don't think I'll use all of them. There are some times where I use every single piece in these sort of secret builds, and there are some times I leave a lot on the table, quite literally. I quite like this triangular shape here. I wonder if I can use that. Do I have any more of those? Yes, I do have one more of those. Okay, cool. Main goal right now is to kind of lay out the shape of this tempad. Once I get the main shape done, it'll be so much easier to build everything else, but first step's always the hardest. Okay, and I have 45 minutes left. Okay. Come on, is that not gonna fit? It does fit, okay. Good. Sweet, that looks cool already. Yeah, it would help. Looking at a reference image of this thing, that would probably help the most. Looks like there's 2 big ramps. And a bunch of these little, like, spires. Okay. So let's do 2 only. And then let's use these pieces build out some sort of platform. Again, getting the beginning of this build to be the hardest part because of the weird shaping out of it, and also the fact that I only have so many pieces to play with here. But I think once I do, it'll be really easy to fit the rest of the decorations around it because all the white pieces are big enough that it's pretty easy to put together how I'm going to piece it together. But for now, just getting the main base right, it really is just a lot of touch and go, which is always just pretty boring, but it does pay off in the end. Too big? Yeah, too big. I do like that. And then it's just adding support piece down here. Yeah. Okay. That's looking good so far. Can I build out the top bit of the platform? Aha! Jackpot. 2 very large white plates. That's perfect. That's just what I need. That's exactly what I want. Yes. Excellent. Now that fits. Now, a challenge I haven't considered yet is how I'm going to actually suspend whatever apparatus I put above this. I have not considered that yet. I think I might use some Technic bricks, but have not fully figured that out yet. I'm still trying to get some of the main shapes done. Honestly, wait a minute, you know what? These curved pieces look more like this than my top plate up there. So maybe these are the curved pieces. Maybe. For now, let's put a railing. I think we need to add one. Oh boy. Is that too much tension? Might be a bit too much. Yeah, a little bit too much. Half my time's gone already. Okay, I really need to get working on this. I've spent so much time just fiddling around and not doing anything actually concrete. Okay. We're getting somewhere now, finally, which is nice. I have some of my main shapes kind of placed out. Working on filling in this gap right over here. And do it with just pretty simple. Just 10 minutes left. Okay, scramble time. And that's time's up, hands up. I think it turned out okay, but let's see how we did. So after about an hour of building, I can confidently say I'm not the happiest with this. I definitely like some of the shapes in this. I love the way the translucent blues form a sort of cup dome on top of the time travel pad. I do love the white staircases. I love all the white accents around that golden archway. I like the gold handrails as well, but the tiling on the floor pattern, the overall lack of elevation of the entire time pad, I'm not the happiest with this. If I had another 3 hours or so, I could easily build a better version of it, but would it be as good as I imagined it in my head? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But then again, that's part of the fun of LEGO, taking a set, a collection of pieces that's predetermined for one thing, and trying to transform it into something else. Oftentimes you don't have all the pieces you need, sometimes you have none of the pieces you want, and sometimes you run afoul of not having enough white pieces to build the entire shape you want to be. Is this a one-to-one replica of the Endgame time travel pad? No. Does it resemble it some degree? Yeah, I think there are quite a few elements that if I put some quantum realm figures on this, it'd be pretty easy to spot, okay, that's Endgame time travel. And most importantly, is the Ninjago sub hiding a secret Marvel set inside? I still think so, even if I wasn't able to pull it off entirely. But I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How would you improve my Endgame time travel mock? I want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members for supporting me and helping make videos like this, including new member Jorge Robledo. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.